How do you learn to recite the Quran fluently within just 4 months, even if you're just getting started? This is Imam Muhammad Amin from Maaher Academy. Assalamu alaikum. Today, I want to share with you a system called the Accelerated Quran Reader System that has helped over 300 students, now counting up to 400 students, learn to recite the Quran themselves within just 4 months. The system is not a magic, and I know a lot of you would be worried that how come and how possible a child who is a beginner or a student who is a beginner can learn to recite the Quran themselves within just 4 months. So let me ask you this question. A lot of you are able to do many things today, and your kids are able to do a lot of things today that in the past, in those days, you do not even think it's possible. So things have changed. People have moved. And so as much as people has moved and things have changed, the practice of learning to recite the Quran fluently has also changed. So over the last 5 years, a lot of students as young as 5 years old in our academy have been trained on how to recite the Quran and applying the rules of Tajweed themselves. As a beginner, kids who do not even know the letters, so they can learn to recite within just 4 months. The system that we actually use is called the Accelerated Quran Reader System. This system has 3 pillars. We call it the learning pillars that has helped our students and transformed them. So if you really want to get to see how this works, stay tuned with me for the next 30 minutes so I can explain a little bit about how the system works, and so you can take action right after this video to see how your child can actually benefit using this method to learn to recite the Quran as well. So we have 3 learning trifecta called pillars of learning that will apply into our Quran reading program here at Maaher Academy. So we have the first one called the winning environment. We have the winning habits or the learning habits, and we also have the learning structure. Imagine you want to build a house and you don't have the right pillars and the right materials to build a house. No matter how very hardworking you are, you will not be able to build a house. So you need to have the right materials, the right tools, and the right skills to actually build the house from bottom up. The same thing applies to any kind of learning, but in Quran learning space, a lot of people think anyone that can recite the Quran can teach their kids how to recite the Quran, which is totally wrong. Not everyone that can recite the Quran can actually successfully teach a child correctly. So how do we actually help students overcome the biggest challenges a lot of them do have in Quran learning? The system I just mentioned and its component has been the tools that has helped all these kids, transform them as young as 5 years old to recite the Quran themselves within just 4 months. So many kids having motivation issues, so they're not really excited to learn to recite the Quran. Maybe your child is having that. Some kids are actually learning, but they are actually forgetting what they're learning. So they come, they go, they learn, and they forget everything. That way, they're actually not retaining any lesson. There's no way they can achieve reading fluency. Some students are learning, but there's no any proper planning. There's no any learning structure of what the kids or student needs to learn to achieve a specific goal. And so that's why we've designed this system that actually have changed the landscape and changed the way Quran learning is done, so students are able to achieve the goal in a very short time. So the learning pillars, the winning environment is meant to actually help students build connection to their Quran classes, so they love to come to Quran class all the time. I have parents told me their kids want to be in the Quran class even an hour before the class is about to start. Some kids will be logging in and waiting for the class to start. They're super excited to be in the classroom. So what we do in the program here is that we have students learn in a niche that's unique to themselves based on cohort system, very small number of students in the classroom. They have activities, quizzes, and this is really what brings them to come together every time. The winning environment is really important. So do not think of your child not being able to achieve this goal. It's about the way your child is being taught. Imagine your child loves to go to school. What stops them from actually learning? Nothing. It's your own decision that actually make them not really feeling excited the way you want them to learn. Some of you want your kids to learn one-on-one, and that's how you want it. You don't want it otherwise. So that's not a solution to help your child get excited and get motivated. A winning environment is really important for a child to learn. The second thing is the learning habit. So a lot of kids go to classes online or on site, but they don't have specific actions that are expected of them to do that's tracked. So if your child is going to a Quran class maybe on the weekend, or they're just going online and there's no anything for them to do as homework, their attendance are not tracked, their punctuality is not tracked, there's no any treasury report that's sent to you weekly about their progress, then get to know that your child will never be able to achieve the goal in that kind of program because they don't have expectation for students to do. And that way kids do not take it so serious. Okay. The third thing that a lot of people are missing, which we have in the program, is the curriculum for reading fluency. A lot of people think the kids needs to learn the Qaida book, Nuraniya or whatever Qaida that they need to use. That's not all your child needs to recite the Quran. This Qaida book are amazing, but they don't help students to become fluent. They can teach your child how to identify the letters. Not even all the time the kids can get those letters identified correctly if they only use the Qaida book to learn to read the Quran or to learn the basics. So kids needs to build a foundation, but it needs to be structured. Not everything about the Tajweed needs to be learned from the onset. Some few things needs to be learned and some needs to be delayed until the kids is able to master some specific foundation. So you need to have a structured curriculum to have students learn to recite the Quran. So if you want to learn more on how this can help your child and how your child can overcome those obstacles they're having right now with motivation, they're having issues with forgetfulness, they're having issues with prolonged learning duration, you already have a solution in front of you. It's just about you taking action right now. Click the link around this video to get started and book one of your parent demo call with me to see how this can work, and we can actually discuss how your child can get started so they can learn to recite the Quran themselves in the next 4 months. And this program that I'm actually, introducing to you is a 100% guarantee result. Imagine we're not just saying this because we want you to join the program. You will be able to have a real life experience of this and actually witness the transformation right in front of you with your child. Imagine 100% guarantee to get your child to achieve the goal. This is not a marketing video. This is a video to actually let you understand that the solution right there for your child to achieve the goal that you have in mind, that you've nurtured for many years and for many months. So take action right now. Tap the link below this video, check it out and see how a program can help your child overcome the challenge the child is facing right now with Quran learning, and so you can have the goal achieved on time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.